Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to your favorite show, the Breaking Bitcoin Market Update, often duplicated, never successfully. Here we are live. It is, of course, August 29th, 2022, foul year of our Lord. My name is Justin Wise, lead analyst and senior mentor at KrakenCryptocurrency.com. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic start to your week on this beautiful Money Monday. As you guys know or may not know if you do not regularly follow the show, Monday is a very important day for me as an investor and trader because Monday is the day I always purchase something and allocate it to my long-term cold storage. This is going to vary depending on the results of my trading. Some months are quite good, so I'll be making a larger allocation. Some months are less good. Some months are break even, in which case I'll make a smaller allocation. And this is just my earnest advice to all the individuals watching. If you guys do not have a dedicated long-term portfolio addition system or dollar cost averaging system, that is one of the most fundamental steps in your path to becoming a successful or profitable investor or trader. Having that eye towards the long term and purchasing things that you believe in, that you believe will have value over the next 5 to 10 years so that you can begin building up that long-term portfolio. What you choose to do with that portfolio is yours, whether you choose to trade it, actively manage it, just let it sit there until you die, pass it on to your grandkids, doesn't matter. But purchase things you understand and that you fundamentally believe will change the world, and it is difficult to run into trouble with that. Today, my long-term allocation was Algorand. Yes, I purchased Algo tokens at this current price, and I've put them in my long-term ledger. Again, not a recommendation necessarily to buy Algo. I like Algo. I like it for the long term. I think it is one of the. I think it has one of the strongest use cases for the B2B application. For the, Algorand basically lets you as a business, if you want a blockchain infrastructure, you can approach them and they will build a custom solution for you that can be private. And I think that's going to be very powerful moving forward. I think there's lots of applications for that. And Silvio Macaulay, you know what I mean? Like the dude's the man of computer science, won the Turing Award. So I digress. Anyways, it's a lovely Monday, an up day in the markets, as we will see as we go to crypto bubbles. And why wait? Why wait? Let's just get right into it. Come on. Okay, here we are in the crypto bubbles. We can see a relatively nice and green day for the markets. Notable outliers here. LDO, Lido, staked Ethereum, up 12.9%. SNX, synthetic assets, up 13.7% as well. And it's very interesting to notice that bounce back in Lido and in SNX, because they have been leading the charge lately when we do get these rallies, when we do have these up days in the markets, when just a month or so ago, there was a lot of rumors that synthetics and LDO were the next on the chopping block with the crypto contagion after the fallout of Luna. When Luna collapsed, it kind of started this big rolling pin, knocking over everything in its path. It started obviously with Voyager and Celsius, and everybody thought synthetics and Lido was next on the chopping block. But overall, individuals and the sentiment in the market is that the contagion has been kind of contained, that individuals understand exactly the risks associated with these things, and that steps have been taken. However, again, just pointing it out here, if we have another significant downturn in the markets, particularly in the DeFi sector, or if Ethereum's value drops, or if there's an issue with the merge, again, we might see those pain points reemerge with LDO, or particularly staked Ethereum, STF, and synthetics, SNX. So keep your eye on those. Again, not a recommendation. No positions merited on those assets right now, especially in the current climate. But we'll see. We'll see how they hold up over the next few weeks, the next few months. So I wanted to talk a little bit today about something that I think is very important before we get into our analysis. And I just realized that. One second here. Okay, here we go. All right. So I do not want to download an update package. I want to talk about something. So I spent the majority of my day going over data from my automated trading strategies, as I'm actively working to improve those and increase their veracity and also create more. And I was having some conversations with individuals today throughout the course of the day, and it just struck me, and I wanted to focus on this today for you guys. And that is the importance, or what are the necessary skills that you need to have as a trader to have a lot of success in this space. And I will certainly tell you this, I've always had success in the markets, whether through luck or tenacity. I'm going to say tenacity because I didn't start, well, the truth is I started off as a terrible trader. It took me a few blown accounts to actually get the hang of it. But ever since I got the hang of it, things have been good. But I can certainly tell you what the difference maker was when I went from what I considered like a skilled amateur to, in my opinion, being a professional. And that was when my focus shifted from how much money can I make on this trade to how can I reduce drawdown on this trade. And so money management skills and bankroll management are the most important assets that you can have as a trader. I fundamentally believe this at my core. The ability to manage your capital is what's going to differentiate you from another individual. You can throw darts at the board, and I do have this standing challenge, open to anybody. You can pick the best trading algorithm you want, right? But you can have no money management, essentially, right? All in on every trade. And I will choose, and you can basically pick and choose whatever I buy, but I will use risk management, all right? Good risk management will outperform any day of the year. Well, year over year basis. So money management, most important skills to have. Very glad to see you guys here. So before we begin the stream, obviously we're very proud to host the fastest online growing community of cryptocurrency investors and traders. Make sure to stay up to date by joining our free Discord. Link is down in the description, or you can visit discord.crackingcryptocurrency.com. Shout outs to everybody in the live stream today. We've got Jordan Stotts, Mr. Ether, Robert Warner, I see Verk, Alvin Alberto, Texas Blues. Good to see you, my friend, and Alex81SG. A little bit late with the stream today. We are going to be wrapping up relatively fast again. Apologies for that, but we are back to regular streams, and I hope you guys are happy about that. I know I am. All right, so let's jump right into today. Overall, I don't really have any opening rants or opening thoughts except for that risk management thing that I wanted to show you guys. Follow-ups on the previous week's topics. We're just going to be getting right into the analysis, and those will kind of grow as we flesh out this week. And I did want to thank you guys. We are getting, just a second, we are getting quite a few comments and thumbs up on the live stream. So I am just absolutely thrilled to see that. And I just wanted to go through because we're still getting so many spam comments. It's just absolutely insane. But I just wanted to scroll through here and see if I could find a genuine one. We've got a welcome back from Damian Hughes. We've got a Bob the Builder back-to-back shows. Let's see here. Yeah, everybody just in the comments talking about PosChain. No, I will not make any videos about PosChain. So anyways, so yeah, I will take the time tomorrow to actually select the appropriate comment, and I will feature that here. So if you guys want your comment featured live on the air and for me to give it the time and attention it deserves, make sure to leave a comment on the YouTube video of this stream after it's over. I'll be happy to answer it. All right, with that all out of the way, let's hop right into our market summary. We're going to be starting off with a top-down analysis of Bitcoin. We'll be moving into a top-down analysis of Ethereum, and then we'll be looking at one altcoin chart request. So make sure you guys get your chart requests in now, so I have the time to find it and collate my thoughts. And then we will also take one traditional asset request or Forex asset or commodity, whatever, just something that is not crypto if you guys so desire. All right, so starting off, we will begin with the weekly chart because it's been, we've had a weekly close since then. And apologies if I'm a little scratchy or if my throat's a little off. I feel like I'm coming down with something. That's why I'm drinking the Coca-Cola. Keeps me healthy. Okay. Anyways, so we had our second subsequent negative weekly candle close last week. This is how the candle closed on Sunday. We had a closing price of $19,555.61. Overall, nothing massive to write home to mom about. Again, we've obviously had this big declination in Bitcoin's price, and now we're moving into some consolidation as we are at a very important area. The 200 weekly moving average, also the realized price of Bitcoin due to on-chain fundamentals. So again, expecting the price of Bitcoin to hang out here for an extended period of time is likely what we're going to see. I am long biased here. We'll get into that here in just a second. And of course, we do need to be aware and prepared for further downside. So let's pull open the Bitcoin valuation model from my Glassnode studio. and talk about where we're looking for downside targets in the event that we get something negative. And here's our valuation models. You can see that we're currently just chilling below the 200 weekly simple moving average. And then, of course, the realized price, which is the yellow line on the chart. The blue line is the balanced price. And while the balanced price has caught bottoms before, it's really this delta price down here that I'm eyeing and that is looking quite juicy. Again, I'm not saying we go down here, but I'm saying in the event, if we break down from this consolidation period, very similar to what we saw back in 2018. If you guys take your way back to 2018, after the 2017 bull market peak, we crashed back down to 6K and we stayed at 6K with a couple spikes off of it. But we stayed down there for a long period of time. And then we finally broke down and tumbled all the way to 3K. So where we're sitting at 20,000, roughly, give or take, I'm not seeing a 50% drop to 10,000. I don't think that's in the cards, but certainly 14,000. If we descend further, I'm really eyeing that delta price. It's currently $13,617. So the longer we stay down here, the further that'll drop. So maybe by the time we get down there, 10K may not be off the table, but that's where we're eyeing. That's the juicy area as far as I'm concerned. Let's get back over to the bear market Mirage dashboard. And then back to the charts. Okay, so that's what we're looking at for those downside targets. Now, all that being said, we want to be prepared and we want to have some price targets to the downside. But overall, I expect that we're going to be hanging out here. And I think that the trade here is obviously to the upside here. I don't think we're going to be breaking down anytime soon. Always willing to be wrong. But all the data does not necessarily suggest that. So looking at this weekly chart, we traded down below the local point of control and we came right down to this shelf that I was talking about. So last week I was talking about, and this is actually how I'm positioned. So I've got all my fills now. And if you guys are in the premium trading group following along, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about because we've gotten all the fills from the point of control essentially down to this shelf. So we staggered limit buy orders and we've been filled. So we are going to be targeting these upside targets. Might be a little too far off, but we'll see what profits we can stretch and string out of this market because we are in consolidation mode. Right now, a lot of the bots are doing a lot of the heavy lifting for us, and that's exactly what you'd expect because there's not just massive directional bets to take right now. I think that backing the truck up and going all in on Bitcoin at this price is ill-advised because we don't have those on-chain recovery metrics fulfilled yet. And this is exactly what I was talking about. We go back to my Glassnode studio. We want to see new addresses begin spiking up in Bitcoin. We want to see fees coming in from, or excuse me, miner revenue coming in from fees begin increasing. We want to see exchange inflows and outflows begin going up. We want to see the exchange flow multiple begin to go up. We want to see this net realized profit and loss begin moving up. We want all of these factors that really indicate that the on-chain health of the network for Bitcoin is really there. And we don't see any of that yet. So no backing the truck up yet. At the $14,000 level, though, we would definitely be talking about backing up the truck, the trailer, putting the house on stilts, literally anything that has four wheels and a bed. We'd be driving it up right to the Bitcoin shop. True. That reminds me. So when we first started cracking cryptocurrency, we actually set the call-in address at one of the co-founders' electronic computer repair shops. We had an older lady call in one day, and to our customer service line for cracking cryptocurrency, and she said, she's like, "Hello, is this the Bitcoin store? Like to buy Bitcoin?" Oh, that was a good one. Okay, anyways, zooming down. So overall on the weekly, do we have any real data here? Not too much. RSIs remain relatively low in the bearish control zone, but again, we dipped into the oversold levels. We've recovered. We're still hanging above the RSI moving average here, and nominal volume is still high. So again, this is still a juicy area for trades, and I think the trade here is to the upside, just looking at the data. All right, so zooming down to the daily. What do we have? RSI got oversold on yesterday's close. And now we've recovered from oversold on this candle. So right there is your kind of oversold reversal signal trade right there. I think this is a easy trade back up to the point of control. Kind of a no-brainer. If we go over and look at what PTP, what our actual trading strategy on our daily time frame trading strategy is suggesting. we've got a bit of a different picture here. Again, we'd be reversal and trading against the trend, but overall, our algo this trading algo has taken 2 shorts now, boom and boom, and we're flat now. Why are we flat? Because we dipped into, so we'd be flat today, right? For 2 reasons. One, we dipped into oversold territory here, and I even said, listen, I didn't want to take this trade. I didn't take this trade personally, even though the algo signaled for it. I didn't take this trade because the reason why is because we were just too recently oversold here on Parallax and here on Minx. And I don't like shorting an asset when we just got oversold and recovered from it, right? Like, yes, that is exactly what might happen sometimes. You know, something gets hammered and then gets hammered again. But often you're just gonna short the bottom. And I feel like that's exactly what happened. Sure, there was enough leg to this trade if you would have positioned here. But there was no objective signal. This was the trigger, and there was no follow through, right? Now we've got reversal. So Wadatar explosion, we still have a rising momentum level, but look, we have waning volatility right now. We have waning momentum. So right here, this is an exit trigger for the algo anyway. So we would, even if we were in this short or maybe we positioned here, we'd be exiting now at a slight loss or break even. So Minx is about to cross back up into the signal territory right here. Which you can use as a reversal signal. And that's just giving some strength to the RSI recovering from oversold on the daily information that we just looked at. Parallax, of course, still in bearish territory. So overall, the algo is looking for shorts. It's looking for momentum to the downside to take another continuation short. But it's not suggesting an active position right now. So the algo is flat. Now, if we were to be looking for a long, the algo is first going to require price to be back up above 22,000, almost 23,000. 22,937 is where the daily baseline is coming in at. So we're going to need quite a bit of price appreciation, and then we're going to be looking for that kind of breakout continuation trade. So essentially the trade setup that we're kind of looking at here, or that I would be recommending individuals to begin researching, is really looking for this reversal trade back up to that point of control, and then basically just reevaluating once we get up there. You know, get a nice entry, take your profits, and then we'll see if Bitcoin's actually going to push up for these higher price targets. All right, so you could enter your position, take 50% off on a retest to the point of control, move your stop loss to break even, and then if we push up higher, great, absolutely fantastic. You could even sell resistance and then re-enter on a confirmed breakout to be targeting these higher price targets, or you could add on a breakout and then be taking more profits up at these higher price targets. It's really all depending on your risk tolerance. But again, I want to make it very, very clear my recommendations here, especially to novice traders, especially to people who've only been doing this a few years. First off, with portfolio position sizing here, if you're looking to allocate Bitcoin at this price level to your long-term holdings, again, I only recommend doing that with about 25% of your spare reserves right now. You don't want to be all in on Bitcoin at these prices. It doesn't matter if this is the actual bottom from a risk-reward perspective. If there is the potential of a 50 or 40% further price decline, then it's a no-brainer to hold out, to hold out for those lower prices, or to wait for market, or to wait for on-chain recovery, which we can get from Glassnode and lots of other data metrics, and then have a little bit more confidence making your allocations then, potentially even at a slightly higher price. Doesn't matter, this thing's going to go up a lot more. Secondly, when you guys are taking your trades, you guys need to be managing your risk like a professional, right? You need to be using the position size calculator for every single trade. You need to be setting your stop loss for every single trade. And you need to be allocating the correct risk percentage to each individual trade. You can get all that information by using the position size calculator. And again, here, I think you really want to go with like 1% or lower risk per trade. I mean, the market is so choppy and volatile, unless you have a system right now, or unless your stats are through the roof and you're doing really good in this consolidation zone. I'm telling you, these are the areas in the market that people get damaged the worst. Revenge trading, shorting the bottom, longing the top, when, you know, just a simple 4-hour RSI reversal strategy, reversion to the mean strategy, does really well in these areas, right? So, you know, yeah. So you guys can go over to 3 commas, you can boot up a bot, you can allocate maybe 10% of your trading account to it and just let that thing run on autopilot. Meanwhile, you're taking 1% per risk trades, maybe taking 2 to 3 per week across the multitude basket of assets. And you're looking to earn about anywhere from like 10 to 20% per month in this current area of the market. And that's not bad, because that's, if you can return that, if you can get 10, maybe 20% per month out of the market right now, out of crypto, then you're absolutely outperforming the market. I mean, you're kicking the market in the booty, right? Killing it. Because those bigger, people in crypto will be like 10 or 20%. What is that? Those are rookie numbers. If you're pulling that out as a trader right now, I mean, you are dominating. You are absolutely dominating, especially when most individuals are absolutely eating their shirts. The big eye-opening 100x, 1000x gains, those come after prolonged bull markets and careful positioning. So don't get ahead of yourselves, guys. Don't get ahead of yourselves. All right. Now, what I do like this, though. I do like that we came right down to that shelf that I was talking about. This is a nice accumulation area. I do feel individuals should be long here. Now, I want to very carefully characterize this. This is exactly what I said. If we get a daily close below this area, I'm going to be taking a short. I don't care if we get whipsawed, if that's the bottom and we go back up. I don't care. Like I said, avoiding this is more important than catching this. Okay, avoiding this is more important than catching this. So if we break down below this shelf, this high volume node, I'm going to assume that we're beginning this much faster than I expected, beginning our descent down to that delta price. And I will be entering in a momentum short. And guess what? If price comes back up and punches me in the face, that's how you trade. That's how you do it. Risk management. Okay? Can't be right all the time, but you can be right on how much you buy and sell all the time. That's what makes you a good trader. Guaranteed. All right. Daily time frame. That's what we got. Pathways to profit. Automatic strategy system is not suggesting any trades at this moment. However, is short biased. Discretionarily using our momentum oscillator, volume, and market structure here, we are going to be looking for a reversal trade, or I am looking at a reversal trade from that I've scaled into from the point of control down to this shelf essentially, and then looking for these higher price targets, or at the very least a retest of the point of control. At the very least, a retest of the point of control. All right, what's the 4 hour say? What kind of information can we get from the 4 hour time frame? All right. 4 hour time frame. I mean, listen, I told you guys, we were watching this kind of sideways behavior right here. And then we got that. Look, notice how the RSI was above the moving average throughout this entire consolidation area. And I said, if you guys wanted to get into that short, if you wanted the area to get into a short, wait for that RSI to break back down. When you notice a nice pattern, you pay attention to it. And that RSI crossover came right here, getting you in beautifully for this short. Oversold, we cross back above the RSI moving average on this bar, and you close out almost at the bottom. I mean, that's just a beautiful trade. That is fantastic. All right, 4 hour RSI. We're coming up to the 50 zone on the RSI, so potentially getting a little bit of pushback here. We are also at resistance right here. Did we see a big buying step in here at the bottom? I would say no. I would say no. I would like to see a little bit more of that. So maybe a pushback down, we get a double bottom here, or potentially we just descend down even further. I will say that I don't like that. I will say that I don't like, for the Bulas here, I don't like the lack of volume. I would like to see more volume, especially right here. But notice that we have almost no nominal volume. So that is a little concerning. So we'll keep our eye on that one. Otherwise, 4 hour time frame here. Again, just, we got deeply oversold. Usually the logical position to take after being heavily oversold is to ride the rally back up. 30-minute time frame. Using session volume and the VWAP oscillator. So this is cool. Bitcoin descended to its lows, recovered quite quickly, and formed a new point of control. So right now we do have dynamic support down here at 19,824. So if you're watching for lower prices, or if you're looking for lower prices, you got to see this break first, right? I wouldn't hate a trade. If we break 19,824, I wouldn't hate a momentum short at that point in time. I wouldn't hate that. RSI got overbought right here on the 30-minute time frame. We traded above 2 standard deviations of the VWAP, actually twice. So nice swing failure pattern here. Beautiful swing failure pattern right here. High, pullback, higher high, unable to make, again, and the breakdown. So really nice to see. Where's our only naked point of control? Our only naked point of control is up here at 21,408. So that would be my first target. I think that's a good target. Yeah. Naked point of control right here. in trade invalidation area right here. And you don't have to position right away. You can have some patience with this. We have had a little bit of a pullback here though. So I am liking this. Yes, this is the volume on just this exchange. All right, so what are the takeaways? I think the daily is in a juicy position for a long trade. I think the 4 hour supports that. The 30-minute, we've already had a little bit of a rally off of that bottom right there on some good volume. And now consolidating. And now consolidating above the newly formed point of control that's at the lows. So using the lower time frame charts here, I do think now is not a terrible entry. And I would watch for that break of 19,842 to potentially invalidate this trade. Ethereum. All right. Performing a little bit better than Bitcoin again, but almost same structure. Again, declination in price, rally off the bottom, pullback. Consolidation at the 200 weekly simple moving average. Again, just all things that we'd like to see. If we do bottom here and push up, I would like to see, notice how we got stopped at the 21 exponential moving average here on this movement up. I'd like to see us at least reach the 55 exponential moving average for Ethereum. And with Bitcoin trading kind of heavy, I don't know if you guys have noticed that, Bitcoin seems to have been trading heavy lately, as opposed to Ethereum. Ethereum just has a lot more going on right now. Obviously, we have the merge, and this has to be said. This has to be said. So one of Bitcoin's strongest narratives has been the idea of sound money, right? Deriding Ethereum as a Ponzi, as a pre-mine, et cetera, et cetera. But if the merge is successful, Ethereum becomes net deflationary, which gives it a very strong sound money argument. Very strong sound money argument. Just saying. Just saying. Also, you have to consider, why is Bitcoin trading so heavy? I think because a lot, Bitcoin is the gateway drug into cryptocurrency. Of course, everybody enters through Bitcoin and then kind of diversifies. But Bitcoin has also become the kind of hedge asset, right? So individuals who are long on their crypto tokens are going to be likely hedging that position by shorting Bitcoin, right? Because if they used Ethereum, they'd have to kind of use an outsized position due to market beta. But Bitcoin is again, it's a great hedging instrument. People are even using it to hedge against the S&P 500. So I think that's why Bitcoin has been trading so heavy and why Ethereum has been outperforming when it moves. So anyways, movement down to the 200 weekly simple moving average, relief rally up to the 21 weekly exponential moving average, pullback, higher highs so far. I'd like to see this push up to 2251 on Ethereum. I think that's very possible. RSI becoming oversold and then recovery from oversold. Relatively nice and high nominal volume, still kind of a decline overall, but nominal volume on the exchanges. Daily time frame. Daily time frame, we still have negative momentum here. Again, lower highs and lower lows on the daily time frame. No break or structure of that yet. RSI remains below the moving average. And again, nominal volume is nice, but it is declining. It is declining. So I think, again, just if Bitcoin and Bitcoin seems to be positioned at a much better push up here, but Ethereum held up a lot better. So because Ethereum held up a lot better, Ethereum is going to outperform again if Bitcoin decides to move to the upside. So again, as always, all eyes on Bitcoin. 4 hour time frame, again, nice price declination here, reaching oversold, double oversold, and now recovery. So let's go down and look at that. Yeah, we've got our point of control now setting up here at about 1699. And if we go down to the 30 minutes, get our session volume and VWAP on. Yeah, so very, very similar. We'd have to see quite a sell-off moving into the evening hours here. But we are a little bit overbought here on Ethereum. So I am expecting Ethereum to trace back down here a little bit, actually. So that means Bitcoin will likely trace back as well. And the level to watch here is about 6% below us. We want to see price above 1450. We want to keep price above 1450. Even better was if we can keep price above 1488. That's this consolidation area, these 2 points of control right here, important areas of the market. So I'd like to see that. I would like to see that remain. Nice explosion of nominal volume right here and nice nominal volume down here on the dip. So I am liking the volume structure, what I'm seeing from volume for Ethereum, a lot better than I am for Bitcoin. So nice leg. So, all right. So overall summary of that, the Ethereum daily time frame is looking less oversold, sorry, that's Bitcoin. Sorry. The Ethereum daily time frame is looking less oversold, less juicy than Ethereum. However, the weekly is looking good and similar to Bitcoin. Again, consolidation at the 200 weekly moving average, RSI oversold and now recovered. Nominal volume still high, but again, still declining. I do have to point that out. Daily time frame zooming down. A daily time frame zooming down, not quite oversold, still dealing with negative momentum here. Watch for those breaks above the RSI moving average for upside momentum. And again, still declining volume, so I'm not super heavy about that. But Bitcoin is looking to be in such a juicy position that perhaps it doesn't really matter. 4-hour time frame here for Ethereum does show that we might have some legs. Again, we have that nice volume, more granularly seen here on the decline, on the push back up. You can really see that on the 30-minute time frame. Again, nice dumping, bottom volume right here, and then nice accumulation breakout volume right here is good. Now we're at this point of resistance. I'd like to see a pullback, and I'd like to see that 1500, 1480 level maintained. Definitely got to hold the 1450 level, and then perhaps we push for a higher high. Okay. All right, so that's our breakdown of Bitcoin and Ethereum. I am going to scroll through the chat and see if we have any chart requests for altcoins or cryptocurrency assets. I do see one. Jordan Stotts requesting HBAR. I got you, man. Verk asking, will we see another touchdown to the 19,000s or just up from here? So if we look at Bitcoin, on the daily, I do not want to see price below 19,900. So I would say no. I would say no, because if we, wow, 19,168. So I don't want to see price below this level. I think we're there, bro. We're there. If we get down here, I think we're on the wrong side of the trade. And I do want to point out, yeah, so we go over here to CoinGlass. I just want to point this out. So I want to note this drop in open interest, okay? But also the rise in funding, okay? So what does this mean? This is very important, okay? All right, so we see a drop in open interest of about almost 3%. That's massive. A 3% drop in open interest over 4 hours? That is insane. That is huge. And why? What does that mean? Well, dropping open interest means traders are closing out positions, okay? And funding going up means that more traders are positioning long than short. And we can see that rise in funding. Let me zoom over here. Is that artifact? Sorry about that. We can see that rise in funding really began down here. We see that rise in funding happen, right? We have that big volume. If you guys will notice, this is the BTC chart 1 minute, so quite granular. But this is the dump where we saw some nice volume, and we saw the peak or the accumulation where we saw some nice volume. And we start to see a big rise in open interest. These are longs piling on, okay, and then this drop of open interest. So we have to speculate here, but either one, this drop in open interest is all these longs that opened up throughout this rally closing out in profit. Possible. Or potentially this is shorts closing out positions that are on the wrong side of the trade. Which, if that's the case, we could expect higher prices combined with the rising funding. So funding is flipped positive. Traders do have a long bias and we're not overbought. What does that mean? So we're at the lows and funding just flipped positive. That means the market just shifted sentiment. I think long is the side of the trade to be on here, guys. And the market seems to agree with me. Altcoins are certainly going for the run here. Okay. HBAR. Okay. All right, so let's start off with the weekly on HBAR, and wow, that is ugly. That is rough, man. Okay. Oh wait, this is this is not the chart that I want. I want to be on. Yeah. No. Okay. You want to be over here. All right. Okay, so interestingly enough, we are actually in an active bottom feeder position on the weekly time frame for HBAR. We actually snagged and started scaling in over these two weekly bars right here. Yeah, so we are actually shooting for a price target of 0.1476375 as the crow flies. That's quite high. I'm not going to lie. We are actually closer to the stop loss here at 20%. RSI did get oversold on the weekly here, and we do have this nice RSI recovery, so looking juicy. Not a lot of volume, though. Not a lot of volume. We haven't really seen that uptick in volume. Let's look at some more. Let's look at some on-chain data here. Looks like we don't have. Looks like we're unable to pull that transaction volume and daily active addresses for Hedera Hashgraph. So unfortunately, we don't really have that information that we can look at, and that's a shame. But we will. We can't even look at age consumed. That's a shame. No, we can't even look at TSAC. Sometimes we will look at transaction coin acquisition cost, which gives us a good idea of what individuals on average have bought their tokens for, the whales, and then that's an important price level to watch out for. All right, so we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. Good old price charts, intuition, and technical analysis. Scoob2905 says the open interest drop you saw was shorts closing out. You can see if it's shorts closing or longs TPing with cumulative volume delta. OI is going down while CVD is going up. It's shorts closing out. That, you know, thank you so much, man. You know, like, I did know that in the back of my head, but I don't know it intuitively because I've really never used CVD in my active trading. I've seen a lot of people talk about it. Bennett over at Bitcoin Trading Challenge, friend of mine, he talks about that. So thank you for actually, you know what? I'm gonna copy and paste that. Don't mind me. Always trying to learn. So good. So good. I feel like I'm a little justified in being on the long side. Thank you, Scoob2905. Highly appreciate that over on Twitch, my friend. And Jordan Stotts asks, why do I use a higher volume as an indicator for buy and sell? Because a higher volume is just such a good signal. Higher like, you know, price, OHLC data, candle bars, patterns, all that stuff, momentum oscillate, like those are good. But volume, Volume, man. Because volume lets you know that a lot of people just did a lot of shit, right? And that's when you want to be in it, right? Like, when do you want to go to the club? When there's lots of people there and it's popping. You know what I mean? Like, I don't go to the club, but like, you know what I'm saying? Theoretically. So yeah. So if you see, so here's the thing. Let's take two situations on, you know, we're making some generalizations here, but let's say you're trading with the RSI, okay? And your condition, you have a long only strategy. If the RSI goes oversold, you want to be a buyer. Okay. So if you script that up into a bot and let it loose into the wild, you'll probably do not too bad. Market environment kind of matters, but you know, like we won't lose money so fast, likely. But if you train it to buy when the RSI is oversold and there's a big spike in volume, maybe 2 or 3 standard deviations above the norm, you're going to make money. You're going to make money. So it's powerful. It represents a changing of the guard. It lets you know that a lot of longs have just entered, that a lot of individuals have been forced to close positions out, potentially. And it just means that, you know, like, it's like the race started, right? Like, you know, you see a big volume spike and you're like, oh man, a lot of people just did something. That means everybody in the position has a vested interest in it continuing to do something, right? Either people just entered, exited. So yeah, volume is just one of the quickest ways you can improve your trading. All right, Hedera hash graph, Ponzi. Next. All right. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry. I actually have met quite a few of the Hedera hash graph guys. Two brothers. Yeah, I can't remember their names off the top of my head, but I had the chance to meet with them in San Francisco. Did an interview. Cool dudes. I think we actually went to a after party thrown by Hedera, but they had just done their ICO and they were, you know. Okay. So weekly time frame, we are trading far below the Hall 60 moving average. We won't be in an established weekly uptrend until we actually appreciate about another 136%, right? Macro, right? So nothing super to write home to mom about. Critical levels, yeah. You can see that we are basically right back at previous resistance. So this was the ceiling for the accumulation that took place in 2019 through 2020. Basically just this long accumulation zone and then this huge spike in price. And we're back down to those levels. So we're back in accumulation levels. So long term, is HBAR a little juicy here? I agree, man. Yeah, Verk, I feel you, man. I feel you. But you know, like there's a lot of channels that have been hit hard, you know, and you know, I don't want to put all the blame on YouTube. You know, I'm sure there's a lot more that we could do to grow this channel, and we'll be trying a lot of those ideas and strategies out as we move forward. Why? Tell me. Oh, I know why. Okay. Anyways, yeah, you know, this isn't looking like a terrible area. You know what I mean? Hedera hash graph. You know, as I said, if you're making altcoin allocations here at these prices, 10% of what you want for the long term, no more. Wait till market recovery. But again, if you see a future for Hedera hash graph, I don't necessarily. Again, I just, you know, but yeah, this is certainly just back at those pre-accumulation levels. Of course, we can trade back down into the accumulation zone as well. Keep that in mind. So we want to see a nice reaction here. Down to the daily on HBAR. Again, just overall consolidation area of the markets. This means reversion to the mean and reversal strategies are typically going to do well. You probably on the 4 hour is going to be your best bet here. 4 hour actually hasn't been super great. Yeah, oversold, but no, you know, we're not really getting overbought. Maybe we're going all the way to the 30-minute time frame. Yeah, 30-minute time frame is not too bad. Yeah, buy oversold, sell overbought, buy oversold, sell overbought. Just rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. No strong trends here. Okay, so wow. Let me just reset. Okay, reset. Thank you so much. I don't know how to pronounce that. Jushui? Jushiwei? I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, so key takeaways here for Hedera hash graph. Long-term picture, I mean, we're right back at those accumulation prices from 2019 to 2020. So these are, you know, post-ICO prices. So if there's another big crypto boom, I mean, this is probably a decent accumulation level. Personally, I don't see the desire to purchase this asset at these pre-ICO levels. I'm not sure what Hedera hash graph is going to do. I'm not an expert on that, though, so take that with a grain of salt. And I just don't really see any strong, clearly established trends here. We did try to enter into an uptrend, so just looking at looking at the algo here. Yeah, looking at the algo on the daily time frame, we did try to get into an uptrend, but then we just fell right back into a downtrend and actually took an active short here and still in an active short. Or no, actually we'd be closing that out today. Bottom feeder signal right here, so potential price target is 0.0726. And then we might be able to get some momentum trades to the upside if we can break 0.0749. So 0.0749 is the price to watch for a trade to the upside here. And, you know, you really got to be careful about that 0.0539. That's kind of that barrier that puts us down to those pre-boom prices. And yeah, once you get down there, it gets bad. Go look at go look at the price chart at Dragon Chain. It gets worse. Yeah, I'd love to read it, man. Ooh, did you say regulators are gonna like this project? We should buy. All right. All right, that's about it, guys. We're gonna wrap it up for today. I apologize. Normally we'd go longer and do the Forex and do some more ads and all that stuff, the stuff you guys like. But my daughter is homesick today from school. I'm feeling a little under the weather, honestly. This has kind of been a struggle of a live stream. And I've still got about 2 more hours of coding to do. We'll be publishing any signals that come up on the algo for all the premium members tonight, as usual. And we will have a brand new market analysis blog post tomorrow. So again, if you guys are not familiar with it yet, we are going to be posting our daily market analysis on our website. Okay, that's where it's going to be posted from now. The last one is still up. I decided to leave it up a little bit longer because I want to give people enough time to transition. A lot of data in there, some long-term data and on-chain data that you guys should really go check out for Bitcoin particularly. However, I do cover other altcoins as well. While I have you guys here, though, hold on. Let me pull up my... give you guys a little alpha here. All right, so these are the coins. These are the altcoins right now that are oversold, meaning they have a negative NVRV ratio. What is this thing in the middle of my screen? What is this? Has this been there the whole time? This is just here? You guys didn't say anything? Hold on, I gotta find it. Okay. Wow. Oh, it just showed up? Yeah, okay. These are the coins that are oversold but have strong on-chain metrics. So typically good coins to pick up in accumulation. And since we are kind of looking at an oversold area, I figured you like this. So number 1, Dogecoin. Number 2, Hex. Wrapped Bitcoin, Uniswap, Chronos, ApeCoin, Decentraland, The Sandbox, Quant, Curve DAO, Steppen, Trust Wallet Token, and Gala. Okay, those are the potentially hot cheap alts right now. And then what we want to avoid, coins we want to avoid. FTX token, Chainlink, OKB, Paxo. So basically, this is interesting. So exchange inflow anomalies. This is good. So we're seeing 60% more BUSD flowing into exchanges than the last 7 days. What way do you think the market's going to move if there's 60% more stable coins going onto exchanges? What would you send stable coins to exchanges for? To buy, right? Same with these exchange tokens. Why would you put them on exchange? So that you can get your trading tier jacked up and pay less fees. So very cool. And then finally, I'll share with you just this final little bit of alpha. We'll pull up my screener. And potentially, these are the tokens that I like to take positions on. We've got Huobi token, Nexo, Ultra, HXRO, Loom Network, Uki Protocol on the list, Rob Taylor. Oh my God. Yeah, you heard it here. Let's even apply the layout. Yeah, we keep getting these nice big spikes in active addresses, man. Big spikes in on-chain volume. I don't know. We might be doing something, bro. Hey, what's going on, Gravy Grits and Green? I'm just about to get off the stream, man. Been here for a little over an hour. But yeah, we've pretty much every day, man. Pretty much every day now for last week, and we're gonna keep it going this week, man. And happy Monday to you, brother. Hopefully you're doing well, man. All right, so okay, we went over kind of the hot cheap alts. We went over the alts to avoid, Ookie Dookie, and we went over Ookie. We also covered Bitcoin and Ethereum long form, Hedera Hashgraph long form, and we talked about risk management and money management skills. All right, if you guys enjoy, let's hop out here. All right, thank you guys so much for joining me for another episode. If you guys enjoy the content and you want to support the stream, you can do that by smashing the like button, hitting subscribe, and leaving your comment down below. The comments really help us out. Please leave a comment. All right. If you guys are interested in trading more or learning more about what we do or the style and the way that we trade, if you're interested in becoming a professional trader, you can check out everything that we do at crackingcryptocurrency.com. We do offer trading signals. We offer our Pathways to Profit course, which teaches individuals how to build their own trading strategy, objective trading strategy, no more following other people, from the ground up, as well as a deep grounding in risk management, statistical thinking. We also provide you with our trading journal, our position size calculator, a bunch of other tools, entire backlog of all of our recordings and courses. And you guys get access to our Discord community. It is nice in there. I like it. You can find all that information. Links are down in the description, or you can visit premium.crackingcryptocurrency.com. I want to thank you guys so much for your time today. Remember, risk management and emotional discipline are what pay the bills at my house. And if you develop those skills, they'll pay the bills at your house too. However, don't forget to enjoy the special things in life, the people that matter to you most. Hopefully you guys listened to my challenge over the weekend, called somebody you loved and told them how much you cared about them. I'm going to go do that with my little one right now, and I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, trade safely. Cheers.